Hello, my lovelies. So, why do I live in Boca Raton? Why do I go to Miami for a more vibrant life? Simply because I had the audacity to ask. Because at some point, several years ago, I felt a desire to experience those things and I just asked for them. I can't say that someone just gave me this reality. I very much created this reality for me, almost 100%. I acknowledged what I wanted, I created a plan and executed this plan, which was honestly not perfect execution. It was not from like point A to point B. It was not a straightforward line like I wanted, I got it. No. So in a way, I still thank the universe, I still thank God for these gifts because they gave them to me through my very own actions. It's a very important point. You feel the desire, you feel the urge and the beauty of the desire, and then you have the power to make it happen. Maybe not right away. Maybe it will be very confusing, like it was for me. It will take a long time, but it can become such a beautiful habit where you start being a creator of your life. You start creating your life with the higher power, with guidance. If you believe in guidance, if you're spiritual, or even without it, you don't have to be overly spiritual. So I felt a desire to move. I felt that life in Santa Barbara was not exactly my life anymore. It was not exactly the place for me at that time anymore. It was for a while. Even though my life in Santa Barbara was pretty amazing, with the community I created, with the experiences I created, with the life I created there, for 15, 17 years, this was all true. And yet I felt very clearly the urge to have a new experience. I was ready for more. It didn't necessarily make a lot of sense logically for me at the time, and yet because I had already such a strong habit, like, of feeling the desire and then realizing it into reality, that was a habit. Because of this habit already, I knew that this is just another beautiful project that I can absolutely 100% fulfill, bring into life. I didn't think about all the things that could go wrong, that make it a bad idea, but instead I started thinking about all the easy ways how it can just come true for me. And my brain got into this gear, started looking for the opportunities. It started planning it, started seeing things, started noticing. How did it look practically? At first, I physically went on a physical vacation to South Florida before I even had any plan. Oh, thank you. Being there physically, feeling it, made it even more real. That because I'd never been there before, that brought more energy to me. Then very easily I convinced my brother to start looking for a house in South Florida. So he started looking, he got excited. Then all three of us, my brother, his wife, and I, we all took our first very focused trip to look at houses in Boca Raton specifically. Because Boca Raton, it was where I wanted to live. I didn't care, by the way, if my brother will really end up buying a house in Boca. I knew that I will be living there. We hired a real estate agent and I hired my renting agent who was looking for apartments for me because I couldn't afford to buy a house back then. I just wanted to rent an apartment in Boca and start my new life. And then step by step, things were becoming more real. It's kind of like stacking and even more real. And then even though ultimately life brought me to not Boca, but North Carolina instead for a year and a half, it was already so much closer to my final destination. And I had an amazing experience living there in Raleigh as well. So for a lot of you, what you see right now is the ultimate step. It is me already comfortably living in South Florida, owning a house, having new friends, creating new life here. But what a lot of people don't see is all the work that I did to get here, to get myself here. This is exactly my point. I had so many reasons not to move. 5 years ago, this move seemed crazy and impossible. But in a grand scheme of things, it's really not a big deal. It's just an average move from California to Florida. Again, it's not really a big deal when you are used to making big life decisions like this. And I try to be like this with other things too. For example, my decision to leave my husband last year very intentionally, or my decision to start dating ultimately, again, very intentionally. It's just a muscle that is already developed, like inside, and yet every time the new project is still so much work, so much effort, so difficult. But I really hope this will inspire you. If you are someone who is kind of feeling that this life is okay, but this is not really my life, it doesn't feel right. I know it can be better. I hope that this video, this channel will just be another little guide, little nudge. It kind of think about me as your girlfriend who is just little more experienced, who can maybe inspire you a little bit, provide you more guidance, because I've been there. I've been there more than once. All right, my lovelies. See you next time. Bye.